Horrible Harry and the Purple People by Suzy Kline. The Purple People. I'll never forget my last week in second grade. It was strange. It was wild. It all started when Harry showed me his brand new ruler. "Hey, Doug," he said, "have you ever seen anything like this?" I took his ruler and rubbed my hand over it. Tough wood. It's a lot better than the plastic ones we use at school. I like that row of purple monsters painted at the top. They are not pictures of monsters. They are pictures of the purple people. Sonley, Mary, and Ida overheard us and came over. "Who are the purple people?" Mary asked. "I can't believe you don't know," Harry replied. "They're brave and strong. And smart. And purple," Mary joked. "Please." We followed Harry to his desk. "So," Mary asked, where are the purple people?" Harry motioned with his ruler. "Follow me." We got in a line and followed Harry around the room past the scienceorna, past the teacher's desk, and over to the open window. Harry closed his eyes and wiggled his fingers. "They're here." "Where?" Mary asked. Harry opened his eyes. "Up there, over here, under there, and in here." "You're not making any sense, Harry," Mary snapped. "I can't help it if I'm the only one. Who can see the purple people?" "How many are there?" Sydney asked, looking around. Harry counted them with his ruler. "There are 10 purple people in room 2B. 10? Mary groaned. "Make that 9, Harry said. Mary rolled her eyes. Ida and Sonley giggled. "I'm not laughing," Dexter said. "I know about the purple people." "You do?" Sydney said. Then he hid behind me. "Yeah. Someone wrote a rock and roll song about them in the 50s. My dad has the record. It goes something like this." Dexter cleared his throat. "I'm a one-eyed, one-horn, flying per ple people eater dash." "I know that song," Mary interrupted. "It's on one of my tapes." I bet Harry got this whole crazy idea from that song. Harry shook his head. "Never heard it." "I do know the purple people wouldn't like it though. They'd never buy it." When the bell rang, we all went to our seats. Everyone knew Harry had a huge imagination, but this time he had gone too far. No one believed Harry about his purple people at first. Not even me. And I'm his best friend. Miss Mackle picked up her book and continued reading to us about Alice in Wonderland. Alice had just eaten a mushroom, and now her neck had grown so tall it shot out of a tree. All the birds thought she was a snake. Harry leaned over his desk. I could tell he loved this part. It didn't make any sense to me. How can you like something you don't understand? Suddenly a bee flew in the window. "Look!" Sydney shouted. "A big bee." Everyone turned around. Miss Mackle put her book down. "Boys and girls, remain calm. This happens in June." Then she opened her desk drawer and reached for a can of insect spray. Harry got out his purple ruler and his lunch box. He had his back turned so I couldn't see exactly what he was doing. But he was rubbing something on the ruler. Now it's time for the purple people to save our room from doom. He held his ruler up high like it was some kind of a torch. Bzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzz. The bee zoomed around the room. We watched it fly overhead, back and forth. Then, suddenly, it landed on Miss Mackle's hair. Sydney shouted, "It's going to sting the teacher's head." The class screamed. Miss Mackle raised her hand. Shh. Harry moved next to the teacher with his ruler. We heard his soft chant ing. Perplepople. Perplepople. Save the teacher. From the bee. Suddenly, the bee flew off the teacher's head and landed on the purple ruler. Bzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzz. Everyone turned pin quiet. Harry slowly carried the purple ruler over to the open window. The bee clung to it like magic. Harry dipped the ruler outside the window. Then he hummed another chant. Perplepople. Perplepople. Shoo the big bee away. 5 seconds later, the bee let go of the purple ruler and flew away. The class oh'd and awed as Miss Mackle closed the window. Neato, Sydney said. The teacher returned to her chair. Thanks to Harry and his handy ruler, I won't need to use this bug spray. I do need to get a screen for our window. Mary folded her arms. Harry and his purple people. That's hogwash. Hogwash? Miss Mackle replied. That reminds me of hooey, balderdash, humbug, poppycock, and hokum. Sometimes we need a little nonsense in our lives. Look at Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland. He was a math teacher and he wrote wonderful stories about nonsense. Yeah, Harry replied. Then he fell out of his seat on purpose. Miss Mackle peered over her red ing glasses. We need a little nonsense, Harry, she added. Harry sat up. He got the teacher's message. Aren't you going to finish the chapter? He asked. As soon as I find my place. When she finds